away, Marga.
Hi. Oh. Hey, this is it, right? Oh my God, let me have some more of this gin. Oh, sorry, I forgot to toast. Let's all raise our glasses, and which we really can't because this is the internet for Amplify. Woohoo!
We can't hear you yet.
Okay.
Woohoo! I heard you. I'm raising my
right.
glasses here in my box.
All right, great. Hey, I don't know if I'm on or not.
You are on. This is Fontana and Mary here saying we love you, we love you, we love you.
Woohoo! She can't start our video though. We have to now try it. Okay.
Okay. You guys keep turning. All right. So, all right. Terrific. This is not at all how we rehearsed it. Okay. So, this is the beginning of the program. Am I right? Somebody just send me a text. That might be the best way to do things. Okay. You know what? I'm just going to start the program.
Yeah, Mark, you're on, baby. Take it away.
Marga, you're on. We can see you. I can hear you.
Okay, great. All right, put me back in so I can see myself. I spent a lot of money on these light bulbs. Listen, just forget that last 2-minute thing that just happened. That was chaos, and it's too early in the program for chaos. But don't you worry. We're going to have plenty of chaos. This is the smooth, easy part. So just another woohoo for me making it this far. Yes. Now, what's your see now? People in the VIP People's Resistance Zoom Lounge is the future. We're in it. We're in technology, and we are resuscitating in technology the ancient art forms that were probably started by women, because we are here at Virtual Amplify. I am one of your hosts. I'm so proud to be a co-host here tonight. My name is Marga Gomez. My pronouns are, I've been just figuring that out. And I really think the best pronoun for me is whatevs. I'm whatevs. And yet I was misidentified today. I was online at a hardware store. I didn't know that hardware stores are open. They're essential, and I'm a lesbian, and I found out that Cliff's Hardware was open. So I went to buy a light bulb, and it wasn't like you can't browse anymore. You have to figure out what you want, and then when you touch it, you buy it. So I was getting, but I was online. I had my mask, and then the person doing the wrangling of us said, "Just wait here, ma'am." And it's like, wow, this is a very feminine mask I'm wearing. So let me tell you how I became a co-host. I was actually set to perform at Amplify when it was going to happen. Oh, today. And I was going to do the last hour. And it will happen, by the way. This is just a little pause. This is just do you really want Amplify? We're going to give you 3 hours of Amplify. But then when everything goes well and money is raised tonight, you can do things like that. Then we're going to have the 24-hour Amplify, because we've all bought our very nice pajamas to hang out at Brava. I was going to have the closing hour, and I was going to do an excerpt from a solo show. Again, my name's Marga Gomez. For those of you just tuning in, I'm just tuning in right now. And I have done, I would have done 13 solo plays, but my solo play, Spanking Machine, was set to open on the day that shelter in place was announced in the Bay Area and in the state of California, the best state I love New York as well. I'm from New York. And so I didn't do it. But for Amplify, I was going to do yet another selection of a piece called Not Getting Any Younger that was directed by Ellen Sebastian Chang when it originally opened. And now it's sort of been morphing into different things. But it's sort of ironic that the show I was going to do in Amplify was about aging and ageism and ages, because it's been about 4 weeks in isolation, and actually longer than that for me because I'm single. And I feel like I've really been getting older. As you see right now, it's like I don't know what's going on with my hair. This is kind of like a Dolly Parton song, The Hair of Many Colors. But I feel every day older and older. How many of you are getting older? Yeah. I was listening to ABBA the other day because, you know, you just go through all the music. I was listening to ABBA and I was enjoying them, and not in a campy, ironic sense. I was really enjoying ABBA. This piece, Not Getting Any Younger, is also about how, you know, I try to deny the age that I am instead of own the wonderful age that I am, that I'm not going to tell you because you actually have to buy a ticket to find out the age that I am. You can sort of see the rings on my trunk. But I was 10 years old when I got my gray hair. You know, my mom found it and she pulled it out of my head. And this really ruined dinner because my father freaked out. He was very superstitious. And he said to my mom, "Look what you did. You pulled out a gray hair. Do you know when you do that, 7 more gray hairs will grow back in its place? How will that look to our friends for us to have a gray hair daughter? Listen, next time our daughter has a gray hair, don't touch it. You call me. I'll take care of it with a little black shoe polish." Because that's what the men of my dad's generation used to cover their gray black shoe polish, because they didn't have the hair dyes available to men today. They didn't have the Grecian formula or Just for Men, which are very expensive, and they shouldn't be because they're made of black shoe polish. So my dad used it for his hair. My mother never knew how old he was. He wasn't sure how old she was, and they weren't sure how old I was, but they were very, very conservative Latino parents. My mom used to spank me, and she said it was for my own good. And she's right, because I really get off on it now. And with that, I'd like to bring on my fabulous, lovely co-host. She is an instigator in Bay Area Women's Theater Festival and in Amplify. She is a theater maker, a theater educator. Give it up big time for Patricia Miller.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, you're actually gonna like start me now? I mean, you're talking about spanking and being an educator, and now I have to speak to the great Marga Gomez live from my couch to yours.
Is that a hairbrush in your hand? I think you're ready.
It's a hairbrush in my hand, or I'm just very pleased to see you.
That's right.
I'm so excited to be here. I'm a bit of a fangirl. I think most of us are on this call. But I'm also representing Amplify. So I'm the sort of talking lady from KQED, and I'm going to educate the people in television land all about Amplify and Women's Theater Festival in general. In case you just tuned in and you don't know what this crazy evening is, basically Amplify is the tip of the iceberg of a huge amount of work. What you're going to see tonight is 3 hours of amazing original work that's either video or live coming to you raw. And in that 3 hours, you're going to have a range of genres and types of women plus and non-binary performers that were going to be at our 24-hour festival, which was going to happen tonight at Brava. It was going to be I don't know. I suppose it was it's not remain in place. It was in your face, and now it's remain in place. So something like that. This is just a little taster of when we do Amplify later on in the future when we all get out of here. But Amplify in itself is just the tip of the whole of the Amplify Festival, which is a 3-month festival of many readings of the Women of Color play series, classical women's play series. It was happening all over the Bay Area, from places like Berkeley Rep all the way through to little venues such as Sarah Jane's public toilet piece, which you'll be seeing later. And it's interesting. We're not able to take you all the way there to do all of that, but I want you to think about all the people and all the work that's happened while you watch today. I'm gonna jump off now so you can introduce the first act, but I just want to let everybody out there in viewing land that we're gonna be running sections for about 2 hours, and then a special activity at the end that's really, really great culmination of the whole thing. So hopefully you can stay with us all the way through 9 o'clock. So thank you so much. Margo, back to you.
Thank you, Patricia Miller. And I want to, let's chat a little later on. I want to ask you some, inappropriate questions. Also, Patricia, I have really enjoyed the process of preparing, co-hosting. You're going to do most of the work here because I'm exhausted. I mean, sitting, but I just hope that you noticed that I painted my bedroom to look like your living room. I did.
Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate the art direction.
Yeah, because the hardware store was open. So, all right. I am going to introduce to you, taking my glasses off. That's part of also getting older, is like, I need the glasses to read. And actually I'm so old, I need glasses to eat also, to find that baked potato. But this artist is also a hot tomato and a baked potato. And I say that with all respect. I have known Fonique for many, many years. In fact, the first piece I ever saw her in was, I think it was Necessary Luxuries. I'm so sorry, Fonique. I actually have your website right here, so I'll look that up. But it was directed by Ellen Sebastian Chang, once again. And I was just inspired. And I realized I better start dressing better and also performing better and using my body. So we're gonna talk to Fonique in just a bit. Again, she is an artist, a drag queen, a creator, a feminist, and we're gonna watch a clip and then we're gonna bring Fonique on live. So here is Fonique in the F word.
I think I wanna be a man. about this place? Because this is where the boys are. And the girls, and yeah, fabulous folks. Sisters, fearless allies. Welcome to the F word. F is for phonique, and F is for feminism. Yes! Now, this evening, we're going to create feminine space together. A space of multiplicity, of potentiality, which means a lot of things may happen tonight. We might get a little non-linear. Little intuitive. Feeling it, I'm feeling it. And I have this feeling, you know, you all know. How's my intuition? We might get a little bit personal, a little vulnerable. We might get a little process oriented. We might have some processing to do. Yeah, I might need to process. Can you just, I might ask you to, can you hold this for me? Yeah, just in front of my, yeah. And can you just get this, honey? It's just a zipper. Yeah, simple zipper. I might ask you to hold space for me. Now this is more complicated. It's 2 hook and eyes. Do you know about those? Excellent. I have this feeling that you'll be able to hold space for me. Our brave space, right? Not a safe space. Safe space. It's not really my thing. No, I get it. I understand, right? Wanting to run away and join a lesbian separatist Wiccan goat farm commune.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi, they won't let me start my video, but can you hear me?
Gosh, I can hear you, Marga. I saw you.
Okay, oh, now they
earlier.
asked me to start my video.
Start
Oh
your
man, there's so
video.
many.
Scroll. Yes, you
Wow.
got it. Yes.
Oh my, I love that show too. I think that was
Thank
was that at the
you.
Oasis?
It was at Oasis. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh
that
gosh.
recording was so I've looked at that a few times. I have that is from February of 2016.
I was there, girl.
That night? Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah, why didn't you sit on my lap?
I don't know. I should have.
I don't know if I was there that night, but I know that I was at that show and I loved it so much. And
Thank you.
can you believe that those mom jeans came back?
I love those. I call those my those are a little mom jeans. I call those my babysitter jeans.
Okay.
They're like the high-waisted, really wide 70s jeans that my babysitter Julie used to wear. She was the one who took me to see Grease. And yeah, those are like my sexy.
Okay. Well, this we have a few minutes to chat. And I so you saw Grease. Is that what you is that what inspired you to be a faux queen?
So many things inspire me to be a faux queen, Marga. Grease maybe was deep in there. I feel like Barbie probably inspired me, more than Grease. But yeah.
Did you? So you played with Barbie dolls?
Oh my God, yes, I did. I very much did.
Did you have Midge, Barbie's lesbian lover?
No. No, I didn't have Midge. I was like a generation, I think, like a poor Midge, they may have phased her out.
That was an
I
old
might have
person asking
that-
you about an obsolete
might
doll.
have phased her. I don't know. Like Midge it was just all these different kinds of Barbies. But I did have at the time, my prettiest Barbie and favorite Barbie was what during that time they called Hispanic Barbie.
Oh yeah,
They didn't call her. We weren't even.
I had
like Latina Barbie, but she was Hispanic Barbie.
Did she have blonde hair and black roots? That's an old, terribly racist. Listen, I want to get to the good stuff. Where can people donate to get you some more cute clothes?
Some cute clothes. Well, right now, can you see? I'm wearing my caftan. I'm wearing my shelter chic.
Right. Is it tight on you? Because my caftan is tight on me.
Getting a little tight. And you can see I've had time to Roy G. Biv all my books too during this time.
I'm looking at the Facebook chat, trying to see if people are just saying, hi, Phonique. We love you, Phonique.
Hi. God, I'm not on Facebook that much.
Shout out. Oh, well, I have two screens now. I've never done this before. Listen, so unfortunately, we are going to be moved along because we started a little bit late. It's festival, but I want to ask you, your website I have here is
Phonique.net.
Oh yeah, you would know that. You would know the answer.
One of the other projects I'm doing in quarantine is updating my website. So
many things, right? I was going to learn the ukulele, but you know what? There's still time, obviously.
There's time.
The idiot in chief told us to get back to work, but apparently we do have time to do those projects. What okay, real quick, like what do you listen to music and do you think I want to use that and this is what I want to do with that song?
Yes, sometimes I do. Yeah, sometimes it goes that way and then sometimes it goes the other way. There used to be sometimes there are drag shows where it'll be a theme, and so I think, okay, the theme is, whatever the theme is, and then I'll try and think what's a song that really I can get into if the show has a theme. But sometimes I'll just hear a song and think, oh my God, that has to be a drag number.
I have so many questions for you and not enough time. I know that in real life we're going to hang out as we do.
I know, Marga. I love talking with you.
I want to point out that you've taken like this particular show and many other shows, but the F word, you've taken it all over the country.
I have.
And hopefully we have people all over the country and the world. Have you taken it internationally?
I have. I've performed the F word in London and Berlin.
And did the feminists come out?
They totally came out. The feminists came out in droves. The feminists were amazing. And in fact, I got to do it in Berlin. I got to do it at this club. That was amazing. My friend Pansy, who does this club, there was an event happening right before it called Naked Boys Reading, where it's literally what it sounds like. But the curator of Naked Boys Reading asked me if I wanted to curate that particular one. So it was incredible. So I had them all reading the Naked Boys reading like feminist texts. So I had we had
that's wonderful.
naked men reading bell hooks and Virginia Woolf and
recruiting feminists on the gay books. Okay, I have one last question and then we're going to our next artist. Well, actually it's not a question, but you may have tell us what it was like. You were the first woman, cis woman, if I may, cis woman, to win a drag contest, I believe.
To win a drag queen, pageant.
Drag queen contest, right? Yeah. Of course, yes.
Yeah.
Where was that?
Tranny Shack.
Oh,
in 2003. Yeah.
Oh, yes, because they had to change the name. Yes.
So, we say the name with love, with a recognition of how language changes. And
we know now that was
past.
The wrong, word. And
past. It wasn't wrong then. It was a term of endearment back then.
Yeah. Well, Phonique, once again, your website is phonique.net.
It is.
And your PayPal is
my PayPal I think is Monique Jenkinson 1, and my PayPal is Monique Jenkinson.
And the other cool thing is that on Facebook, there is signage of everybody's donation links for people who want to contribute. And of course, it's Monique Jensen, AKA Phonique.
Yes.
Jenkinson.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's the lighting.
Phonique is the important part. Marga, I love seeing your face.
Thank you so much.
And I
Thank you
love
so much.
talking with you. We'll do it again soon.
All right, we'll see you
soon. Coming out, everybody, or coming on, or virtually coming out. I love you all.
The next artist that I'm going to introduce is pretty amazing solo performer and a teaching artist. She studied at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts in I believe it's London. I just like to say it. We have a mayor also named London. But she's also here in the States, I believe now, and also got her degree at UC Davis, I believe. But she's pretty amazing. I'm very excited to see a solo piece by Susan Jane Harrison. Let's beam her in.
Hello. Hi, Margot.
Hi, Susan. I'm Marga, and I'll see you in a bit.
Okay. Well, it seems that I'm here alone, so I will chat to you anyway, because I think I'm waiting for Patricia Miller, and I think that she's going to ask me about my solo show, Mind the Gap. And so I will start sharing with you now. That Mind the Gap refers to gaps of all kinds. The famous alert heard in the London Underground, the gaps in the doors of American public toilets, and the gaps in translation and expectation, particularly in cross-cultural families, such as both my family of origin and the family I created with my ex-husband, who is from Guatemala, and therefore the creation of a bilingual and multi-ethnic family. I'm going to leave it there because I have a feeling, oh, there's Patricia. Do you want me to talk more about this after?
Yes, that was the idea. We'd love to see. This is Susan Jane. I just want to I want to big you up for the fact that you're going to be doing this live and raw and in your living room, and we love you for that. We're sending you so much love.
Thank you.
It's a piece that's in almost, it's been done before, but this translation or iteration of it is totally new and fresh for everyone who's watching, and we'll chat a little bit about it at the end.
Okay, great.
Me to it.
Okay. Am I on now? Because I'm still seeing you, so okay, I think I'm on now. Me, the actor, 1990s. I'm standing in a queue round the corner, freezing bits off. An assistant to the assistant director got me a special audition. Special, as in standing in a queue round the corner. I met him at the Ivy, pretending to be up and coming. Me. Maybe him as well. God, why is everyone blonde? I'm on the moon, surrounded by blonde people in floral dresses, and I think, oh, have I done right wearing this jacket? Right, well, the Queen's Theatre in the West End, it's cavernous. I'm this little dot standing in the mouth of Moby Dick, and I realise I am tiny in the mouth of this whale because I'm floating above myself. More an auditioner than an auditionee. I dreamed a dream in time gone by, when hope was high and life worth living. I dreamed that love would never die. I dreamed that God would be forgiving, but I was young and unafraid. Fontaine, the virtuous prostitute, dying of consumption. 2,000 blonde girls all in a row. Death, take me now. Not much different, psychically, than a Duran Duran concert. Do you know, I still think of Duran Duran. We always go back to our first love at the point of death, don't we? Les Mis, but I mean really, Les Mis and Duran Duran. Could you be more sentimental, please? Oh, and what would you prefer? A song exploring the virtues of loo roll? An interesting idea, punctuated by the intermittent flushing of a toilet. Oh, you may laugh, you may sneer, but without me you have no panache. Panache. At least I have relationships with real people. Oh, me, myself and I, you mean? Yes, me. The mother, the actor, the writer, myself, the producer, the cleaner, the chauffeur, the daughter, and I, the emotional centre of the storm. As I said, where's the panache? Oh, you got us into a right mess with your panache the other day, didn't you? What? Where? At the airport? With US immigration? Oh, that. No, certainly not. Profession is as on this form. We are a theatre artiste returning from London. And yes, I am also a dame of the British Empire, specialising rather uniquely in performance art. No. No. No, not at all like Les Miserables. Yes, I suppose when put like that, just like Les Mis. No, I'm not changing what I said. I'm simply confirming. My full name is as on this passport. Whereas on this form, I put my first initials SJ and my last name Harrison. I prefer to use a gender-neutral name. It supports the air of mystery I aim to cultivate. What? Why? Are you detaining me? No, I'm not becoming excited. I mean, I said I am not becoming excited. My accent is one of the clearest known to man. How can you fail to understand me? Do you want to check my shoes? I have wiped the bottoms of my shoes. I have wiped the bottoms. My bottoms are entirely clean. Oh dear, I'm becoming stressed, underdressed, undressed. Undressed? No, I distinctly said under duress, which means tense. Yes. Thank you. Not to worry. I shall refrain from mentioning this to any members of the royal family with whom I am acquainted. Oh, could you kindly tell me where I may find the loo? What do you do when there is no bathroom to hide in, or you don't know you need a bathroom until it's too late? And that's the end of this section.
Hey, thank you so much, Susan Jane. I'm sorry we've got some sirens.
Okay.
Yes, not. So you were just performing this piece in New Zealand, and you were hoping to stay there and perform with the Globe Project, I believe, and also perform this piece. How is it that you're changing it up for the future when you're the next iteration of this?
So sorry, in reference to the pop-up Globe, I did that a year previous, and then we went to the Fringe to do this. And a shout out to my partner, Paul Jennings, who was really supportive of this piece and helped me develop it anew. So actually, there's not a lot of changes I would do for Mind the Gap. Mind the Gap has changed enormously since what I actually submitted to you originally. It's expanded. And so at present, I think it's much closer to done than it was previously.
And do you hope when we get out of this, have you got a lineup to perform it somewhere else?
Amplify was my lineup, and I've been, you know, like so many people at home, we're quite a large group all told at my house. And so I've just really I'm the head of the family, and dealing with the daily and finding that's my creativity at the moment. I've been doing some writing, but I think that if this time for people is really just about going deeper and working with what's coming up every day, I think that's a creative act. And ultimately, as artists, we're human first. And so I haven't thought about where to take it next. I'm excited to take it far and wide. And so if anyone's interested looking at this, I'd be happy to investigate other venues. It's not a long piece. It's actually about half an hour. So, but very packed.
Well, I bet you someone out here on the call's got a hookup. If they want to schedule this performance, where's the best place to find you online?
So my name, SusanJaneHarrison.com, and it's not a common name. Susan Jane is actually my first name, so it's not a common name. It's not hard to find me, and I can be emailed there. I can be found on Facebook as well.
And your Venmo's at Susan Jane Harrison. So if
it's actually Susan-Jane-Harrison.
Right. And actually, this is a great opportunity for me to say as we move forward. You'll see the actual accurate links in both the Zoom chat and in the Facebook Live and in the Bay Area Women's Theater Festival.com webpage. So you can just sit back if you're at home, have another gin, Marga, no doubt. Have a little more whiskey, and you can go to that webpage and have a look and see how we can find out more about the artists. Thank you so much for being live. I really appreciate it. And we're going to transition now to another artist. So sit back and enjoy that, Susan Jane. We're going to have a look at Nekeia Rideout. I don't know if you're out there on the page there. There's Nekeia. How you doing?
Good. I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. So your piece, Susan Jane's, Susan was doing hers live, and your piece, I believe we're going to look at a video. Is that right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah,
correct.
But having said that, it's really brand new. It's totally fresh, isn't it? It's not a piece that you've done before in a developed way. Is that right?
Well, I presented it for the Queer Cultural Center, the Emerging Artists, last year for the Queer Arts Fest. But I did it on stage. And the piece I'm showing today is just a segment from about a 25-30 minute production. And so I did do that last year. And this year I just wanted to like kind of recreate it, make it fresh, make it new. And so I did a video version of it, of that particular part of the entire production.
And Nekeia, is the show Room Without a Mirror?
The show is Room Without a Mirror. And it's just kind of like, it follows me waking up in the morning in a Black body, being more non-binary than anything, dealing with getting ready to get myself outside the face of society that I feel like I'm not even what's supposed to be a part of. And so it's just kind of like an internal dialogue throughout the whole play. And I present like my personal music and my personal writing and poetry and rapping. So I kind of infuse kind of a lot of stuff in and out of it. And so the particular scene today that I'm presenting is called Black Girl, Black Boy, Black Nothing. And that just kind of goes in gender identity, being Black and all the things. And so that's the piece that I'm getting ready to present tonight.
Cool. All right. So I think the tech folk have got it ready to go, and let's sit back and just enjoy this. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. I wake up in this body every day, carrying bones and fat and anything else that's protecting my precious soul. I wake up not quite girl or woman, not boy or man, but I open my eyes and I be spirit. I lift every sir that was ever followed by, I'm sorry about that, I meant ma'am.
I speak with every, are you a boy or girl? Question mark. Question mark. Question mark. Question mark. I once held my breath, trying to disappear breasts, only to be more boy for her. And I turn around and look down at the same breasts, wondering how could this Walmart employee question my right into the women's dressing room? Women's? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? She said. But I've grown. And if experience hadn't taught me much of anything, at least it has taught me how to understand myself a little more. How to be patient with myself a little more. I mean, we all on the self-love wave, but what they don't tell you is that shit hard. That shit hard. I've fought every curve in my body. I've wrestled with every stereotype that comes with a spirit whose shell just doesn't seem to translate in a binary world. I've despised my feminine side. I've hidden my natural masculinity 1,000,000 times. Just to blend in, just to not stand out, just to not be a spectacle. But the time came when I was forced to choose a side. Was I gonna fight for me or fight against me? I began to fight for me, for my birthright to exist in the world, just who I am, be who I was put here to be, because I am as genderless as the sky, as the soil, as these earthy locks growing down my back. And some days, the only thing about me that I know for certain is the richness of my skin. It's my triumph in my tears. This my fear of being weird. When my thoughts are standing out, that I've been carrying around and I hadn't unpacked cause I never found space. So give me room. When I ain't sure about shit, I know I'm black. When I don't know jack shit, I know I'm black. A black girl, black boy, black nothing. A black girl, black boy, black nothing. When I ain't sure about shit, I know I'm black. You can't get a true reflection if your mirror is cracked. I caught my demons throwing stones with glass wings. I started catching stones, started throwing them back. When I was crushing on my girlfriends. I hated being a girl then. Like Lord have mercy on my 5-year-old soul, but playing on the playground was hell then. Born in it, but ain't we all? I said born in it, but ain't we all? By 9, I built myself a 10-foot wall and I guarded with my life. I was a damsel and prince and a dragon by night. That's girl boy nothing. I played girl boy nothing.
Wow, thank you so much, Nekeia. That is Nekeia Rideout. So ride out, that is the main thing to remember when you're trying to reach this amazing artist. Thank you so much for giving us that new piece of work. And I know that my colleagues over there on Facebook and also here on Zoom are putting up how to find you, because I think most people are probably just sitting back and taking in what you just gave us. So thank you so much. And we can't wait to see it live and in the flesh. There's been a lot of talk so far in the different scenes we've seen for about public space, private space, personal space, safe space, not safe space. And that seems to be a theme that's getting woven tonight. But I will let you make up your own mind, because we've got somebody else here who's an incredible artist, Lady Rev. We're so honored to have you. I believe that we are going to look at Lady Rev's video first. Are we going to talk to you first, Lady Rev?
Yeah.
All right, cool. How you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm good. When we talked about 2 hours ago, you were in the grocery store. How did that go?
It was good, man. I couldn't find what I needed, but I figured it out.
I might have some. I'm a hoarder. So we were talking about the origin of your piece and about the actual physical space, the place that you're speaking of doesn't exist anymore. Do you want to like tell us anything a little bit more about that?
Yeah, for sure. Like, so I'm from Double Rock, which the formal name is August Griffith, and that whole side of the city, Bayview Hunters Point, is being redeveloped right now. We call it gentrification, and we have been watching, generations of people who have stayed on this side of the city with a lack of resources, no attention from the mayor's office or anything like that. We've been thriving on this side of the city, and now we're kind of being pushed out. And so even my piece is about, like, even those buildings are gone now. So Double Rock has been officially torn down. My dad had lived in Double Rock almost his entire life, and his family lived there, and so on and so forth. So hearing people's responses about the buildings falling down, honestly, I was just walking around one day and I seen my buildings falling apart, like before they were torn down. And I was like, oh, wow, this is like really coming to an end.
I was saying that there was a similar situation here in the Lower Haight when I moved here way back in the 90s. And then I'm wondering, because this is going out live through HowlRound, there's probably people all over the United States that can relate to the story that you're going to tell through the video or the poem that you created. So I really hope folks can connect with you. What is your best way to reach you? Is it Instagram or Twitter, or what's your favorite place?
Instagram is best for me. I have an Instagram page for Lady Rev. It's LADI. I was reclaiming myself with that I. So, but yeah, so Instagram, and I have a YouTube page that is attached to that.
So there's a YouTube page. There's also a Venmo and a Cash App that's attached, because folks, just in general, in terms of this festival, Susan Shea, who's our, inspirational co-leader here, she's making it really, she's making it possible for us to at least make some contribution to the artists. It's part of the mission statement of this festival to pay the artists, because particularly women, non-binary, queer, and people of color, there's like we'll just keep asking you to like volunteer for this, volunteer for that. So even though there's like a very small stipend happening around the festival as we're able to produce it now, we really want the folks that are watching out there to, just to drop something in the hat. So Lady Rev, before we jump off and watch that video, can you tell me about your collaborator that made the film?
Yes, so my videographer is Aquavius. You can follow him on Instagram as well, AQUAVIS. He's dope, does great work, and he is a thriving artist that's working here locally in the Bay Area. He's definitely passionate about giving voices and picture to folks who haven't had it in the past.
Cool. All right, so I'm gonna hand it back over to the techies. It was good to meet you, and let's enjoy your work.
Yes, thank you. Thanks.
Ain't no place I'd rather be, chilling with homies and family. Sky high, iced out paradise in the sky. Ain't no place I'd rather be. The only place that's right for me. A chromed out mansion in paradise in the sky. The old buildings are falling apart. There is no more trap music or gospel to hold their roofs atop or their walls strong in the paved histories of generations of slave feet are the only thing still fighting. Roads haven't fully corroded because it never anticipated the community dying. A city is only as good as its streets. The gates are rusted, no longer trusting its purpose as new faces come to surface, and the only thing indigenous folks want to know is what now will protect us. foreign shades of clear that left this land empty and full of filth have returned to see what time has done to this forgotten land. But the land was never empty. It was an island of melanin misery that only the sun could see, and ocean water fed it dry. Generations of misconceptions and bad perceptions harvested life within the confines of this here land and are now being pushed out by what has been planned as progression. Several pairs of sneakers, laces tied, gently hang from the power line, saluting the untold histories of this here earth. That despite years of being overlooked, gun violence shook rights, pushed bodies, took souls, erased poison-induced pregnancies, a body of people still thrives here present day. Babies from the 80s still roam these streets daily and ain't afraid to talk about old ways, but they act like they don't see those sneakers. Are baffled by the survival of the people, wondering how did they withstand years of toxins and irregular births, ears clocked into politicians who don't speak vernacular, poor grocery stores spread throughout like cancer, unemployment, incarceration increasing with every generation. How the fuck are these people surviving through all this oppression? How are they withstanding all this white inferiority and bringing all this glory to ghetto doors? See, Jesus don't live here, and hell is just another hood. And even now, as they fight to turn the ground, they still can't erase every trace of us. Our bottles of regret and depression just shattered against the pavement. 10-month-old Timberlands left at the court. Lost love in the cuts, used blood on the streets, and all of our fallen OGs. No matter what happens, no one can erase this history or reverse the trauma of seeing our friends and family members as dope fiends on the corners. We don't need hospitals because the streets serve as a healthy reminder. No matter what happens, and even if these colonizers try to steal our children's inheritance, remnants of the ghetto will always come to surface again. We embody the streets.
All right. That was a beautiful, beautiful piece by Lady Rev. And it was quite amazing to hear the interview with Lady Rev and Patricia Miller. I want to once again let you know that this piece, Remnants of the Ghetto, is available on YouTube, and Lady Rev's Cash App and Venmo info. Cash App $LADIREV, Venmo at KIANI-Shaw. And all this information is floating around in all the chats. We've got HowlRound, we've got Facebook Live, we've got everybody in the Zoom VIP room. And now, also, Patricia, I just wanted you to know, I don't know why my camera goes out of focus. I went to so much trouble to get this damn webcam, but you can see the wine. Oh, maybe that's why. I don't know. It might be the wine. Maybe I'm just out of focus. I'm going to bring on someone. I asked, please, 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 can I introduce Irene too and talk to her? I'm going to just go off. She has an extensive bio for one so young and cute. Irene too is a stand-up comedian, actor, writer. In 2017, the SF Chronicles singled her out as an artist on the brink of fame. And she really is. You know, the brink could be 2 years, 3 years. It's a brink. She's totally on the brink. And she was also named one of Bay Area's 11 best stand-up comedians by SFist, and one of the women to watch by KQED. We're going to watch a clip of Irene killing it at, I believe it's at the Punchline. And then we're going to have Irene Pin here in the Zoom lounge to chat.
I'm a girl. Want to get that out of the way real quick. Some of you are staring at me right now like, is that a teenage Asian boy on stage? Nope, just a lesbian. But sometimes I feel like both, you know? Like, I did skateboard here, so it could go either way. I am gay and I look like this, so people will come up to me and be like, hey, if I'm into your look, does that make me gay? If you're a girl, yes, that makes you gay. And if you're a guy, that also makes you gay. Just got that twinkling about me. I was put on earth to make everyone gay. It's fun. I hate going to public bathrooms though because I never know which one I should go into. And I think I should just start going to the men's room. No one would say anything to me. But I don't want people to think that I'm pooping all the time. It's like weird to take 30-second long poops, okay? So usually I go to the ladies' room, which I like better anyways. It smells nice, it's clean. But whenever I go in there, a lady will always look at me. And then look at the bathroom sign, very confused. And then look back at me. And then point to the bathroom sign and go, this is the women's bathroom. As if I can't read drawings. We all saw a little triangle, like that's a skirt, I know, okay? We've worn a triangle before, you know? Because one time, I wore a triangle one time, and I was like, I don't like triangles, so now I just wear 2 rectangles. But that lady's always looking at me like she's expecting something, so I think the next time it happens, I'm just gonna like pull my tampon out and give it to her, you know? Like, is this what you wanted? You're in the bathroom virtual, so you gotta pay your tampon a fee. I didn't know. I mentioned I'm gay. Is anyone else in here gay, by the way? Okay, we've got a couple of people in the back. Thank you for being here. Thank you also straight people for being here. I love you guys because you made me. So, thank you so much. Also, there's like definitely more gay people in here, by the way. Looking around the room, it's like, oh, you don't know, but I know. So. I knew I was gay my whole life, pretty much, because growing up, my favorite color was blue. Very suspect move for a girl. Wore a lot of overalls, and the only Barbie I ever owned was always naked. You buy little girls' Barbies to buy more clothes to dress her up, right? I was like, nah, she's fine the way she is. Or he wants to go skinny dipping every night. Very creepy. But I didn't talk to my mom until I was 19 because I thought she wasn't being cool with it. And finally, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to tell her. So I go, Mom, I'm gay. And she goes, I know. Look at your hair. And that was it. That was the entire conversation. Very easy. So I would highly recommend coming out to my mom. I feel like I should tell you guys that I do eat meat. Because everyone assumes I'm vegan for some reason. I don't know what it is about me. I don't know if it's because I look gay or frail. But people are always like, yeah, that girl has dietary restrictions. For sure. It's like, I'm also Asian, right? Like, we eat all of the meats, okay? Like, when my mom and I make chicken soup, we drive to Chinatown. We pick a chicken that's still alive. We're like, that one's the fattest. They kill it before our eyes. We don't even pray. And then we bring it home, we cook it for 4 hours, and I eat the entire chicken, including the eyes, the beak, and the brain. Okay, like, I know how to eat meat, you know? So, I'm really sick of when people are like, I like chicken nuggets. What you do is gross. Like, okay, fine, you like chicken nuggets, you know what those are? Those are just shredded up chicken bites, okay? Like, what's really grosser? I ate 2 eyeballs. You ate 500 assholes. Pretty sure it's the chicken butt. You know what that chicken's been doing. I'm from Chicago originally. I don't know if you guys know where that is. It's a great city. If you've never been there, everyone there looks like giant piles of pizza. Then I moved here because more people look like me, you know, lesbian techies. And I was walking down the street one time here in San Francisco, and this lady comes up to me who I never met before. Very first thing she said to me was, I'm not trying to be racist, but... So you know the next thing she says could be extremely racist. She goes, I'm not trying to be racist, but when you laugh, can you see? I didn't know how to respond, but after I stopped laughing, she had vanished. All right, thank you guys so much.
Hey, nice. Irene, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you
Marga.
in so long. That was a great clip.
Oh, thanks so much. I haven't watched that clip in a while.
Well, I mean, you're always great, but sometimes, you know, those video clips at the punchline, like they allow like a, you know, someone like who's in the bathroom on the side or something. It was like straight on, great audience. I mean, you just do great. It's
Thanks so much.
I'm gonna have to just elephant in the room. Your hair, I've never seen it this long.
It's pretty bad. Because I've been doing a lot of these Zoom shows and stuff, and day by day it just gets longer and longer, and I don't know what to do with it.
I know I have a Zoom show tomorrow. It's my last. I started doing these Zoom brunches, and I think I'm gonna cut my hair like according to chat. Like I'm just gonna cut wherever they tell me to cut. Yeah.
Oh, but you're not doing it on your show.
Yeah, on the show.
Oh, on the show. Oh, that's amazing. I love it.
Yeah. And then I'm going to sell the locks on my PayPal. Irene, first of all, your website, I want people to know where they can become Irene 2 fanatics, which they're always talking to me, you know, all your fans. It's like, how can I meet Irene? Irene2.com. Yeah. And then we're going to give out your PayPal and all that. That's floating around. But so they asked me to ask you what it's like to do comedy now with no audio of an audience.
Right. I'm sure you're kind of familiar with this too, doing these Zoom shows and
even before the Zoom shows.
Oh, before the Zoom show. Well, because you know the reason we do stand-up is because we feed off of that energy from the audience, right? Like you tell a joke and you want to hear that laugh immediately. That's why we do stand-up, and seeing people's faces and like just the collective reaction. And you don't really get to do that as much when you do these online shows, or people are doing shows on Instagram Live, where that you really don't hear anything, because it'll be like someone hosting the show, then you're just talking to a picture of yourself.
And then you're on the bottom and all the chat is going over your face.
And then there's like, oh yeah, and people are commenting, and then while you're talking to yourself, you can see the comments. So it could be like a negative comment, it could be a positive comment, like you don't know, and you're like in your own head thinking about the comments and your jokes, which is like the worst way to do comedy. So that's I've been trying to avoid that. I'll probably have to do it soon, but I've been trying to avoid the Instagram Live thing. But I have been doing Zoom shows, and they're not as bad.
Avoid the Instagram, but the Zoom shows, yeah.
But the Instagram ones, I think they're fun for people to watch. Like if you're an audience member, because you don't necessarily have, because you just hear the comic talking. So for you, it's not that bad watching the show. You know, you're just like, oh, haha, that's funny. You're laughing to yourself. But as a comedian, it's really hard when you don't know how to time it out, because you can't hear any laughter at all.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So I've been doing some Zoom shows. I have one every Monday. You can find it. It's called Starline Comedy. It's going to be on
It's at Starline, yeah.
Yeah. So we used to do the show at Starline Social Club in Oakland, but obviously all the bars are closed. So we do it on Zoom now.
And may I add, one of the hottest showcases in the Bay Area, if not the whole West Coast.
Oh, thank you. Very fun. So we're trying to bring that same vibe into Zoom. And I think we've done a good job with it. Like we can't replicate it exactly because it's just, you know, it's hard to do it online. But we've been able to make it so people that join the show, they like the show. Usually it's like fans of ours and they're laughing out loud. You can hear them. So it's a little bit like a real show in that way.
You've got to do gallery view so you can see them.
Yeah, I do gallery view. Yeah, where you can like, sometimes people will like clap and you can see them clapping in the video, or they're like, you can see their facial expression smiling, or if they're not making if they're just like blank, you're like, oh, that joke didn't work.
Do you ever see, not to bring up the Zoom bombers who are always right wing, so they're no fun. There's never any like, you know, communist Zoom bombers or radical lesbian Zoom bombers. But have you seen anything, you know, anybody show a little bit?
No, I haven't been Zoom bombed yet, knock on wood, you know. But some of my friends who've done Zoom shows, they've been Zoom bombed, and it's usually like graphic, you know, like, yeah, or like people.
It's not who you want.
Stuff. It's not. Yeah, it's nothing good.
All right, I know they're gonna yell at me if I keep like nerding out these questions, but I want to. So on your website, do you have the shows that people could see online?
Yeah, for that one, I did put it on. So if you go to my website, you go under shows, it'll have the ticket link and the info for the Starline.
Where's the freshest Irene 2 news on the internet? Where do we find that?
Probably my Instagram stories. So if you follow me on Instagram, that's probably the freshest
And
news.
Instagram is, I've got it written down here. I just want to show you that I have it written down. No, I just have everything but what's the Instagram?
So it's Irene_2, and then you spell 2 as TU because that's my last name.
Correct.
Yeah.
Not also. And Facebook, Irene 2 Comedy. The website is irene2.com, or I know Irene2, .com, right?
Yep.
Okay. I also want to give a shout out, if I could just take a moment of our interview time to thank the tech people from Amplify who just are nailing it with these videos and the audio through the computer. Seamless. So Tanya and Ariel and the 2 Aarons and Danny, and they're going to come on screen later. Is there anything else you want to say about stand-up?
I hope that we get to do stand-up again soon, like real stand-up in comedy clubs. I know we can't with all the social distancing and stuff, but I love it. I miss it. But you know, in the meantime, we're still working. We're always hustling, you know, comedians, we'll make it work. What I
love about the internet is that it's you focus on the writing and
That's
not
true.
the, you know, not the performing. And so I actually love seeing, like, I was watching Maria Bamford's shows, and then I had like one last week that was basically writerly comedians. And I think it's actually really refreshing to not even, you know, worry about the laughing. But you know what's weird about this though, Irene, for comedy, is that we have been singled out as the spreaders of the virus because of the droplets from laughing. So I think we really need to maybe turn our gaze towards tragedy, because those droplets just go down the face, which are not supposed to touch. So I wanted to ask you, I mean, I love your stand-up. Everybody does. I wanted to ask you about your love of Ellen. Is that still strong, you and Ellen? Is that your goal? Is that the whole reason you do this?
She is my inspiration for doing stand-up. I love her. She was my favorite comedian. I watched her sitcom a lot when I was in high school.
Yeah.
And I just thought she was super likable. And at the time I was like in the closet, and she was like gay and, you know, on TV, and everyone loved her. And I was like, oh, I can do that. Like people would still like me. So that's kind of why I really loved her.
Okay. But not a romantic thing?
Oh, no. No, I want to be Ellen.
Okay. Okay, great. So maybe you'll have a Porsche. Okay. I want to ask you, because this is the Amplify Women in Theater Festival. And really, what is the difference? Writing is writing, and it's a vision. And it really should I feel everything should have a little bit of humor in it. But you did this piece, you wrote this piece, which I haven't gotten a chance to see, it was Rest in Peace, Irene, or what was the title of it?
Yeah, it was called Rest in Peace, Irene, and it was for APA History Month last year. And I did a show all about death, but it was funny, dark and funny. And it was kind of a new thing because it was a solo show. I hadn't really done anything like that before. Normally I just do straight stand up, but I was just really interested in.
Not straight stand up, but yeah.
Yeah. Ta-da. But yeah, I was just really interested in death because I'm like, I haven't had anyone close to me die yet. Knock on wood. Oh my God, this whole pandemic is freaking me out. But it was just like my fear of like death and having it touch me so closely. And I want to talk about that, but in a funny way.
Might you bring it back after we've all really gotten a little too close to death?
You know, I might bring it back, but I'll probably change stuff if I do bring it back. You know.
All right. Well, unfortunately, I missed that because of some sort of, I guess everybody in are you in the East Bay right now?
I am. I was in LA, but then I came home to stay with my parents. So I'm in East Bay right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love your material about your family. I think they're probably gonna give me a nudge really soon. Did your website? I've mentioned your Venmo is Irene -2 to you.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and I didn't mention my PayPal, but you can PayPal me also. It's Irene2comedy@gmail.
Irene2comedy@gmail, and that is spelled TU.
Mm-hmm.
It's I hope to see you in real life, and I
You
hope
will
get in on your Zoom show sometime too.
Yeah, but not Zoom bomb.
If I have to,
yeah.
Don't try me. I am, my people. Anyways, that's just my Puerto Rican side. I guess that's going to be it. Unless there's anything else you want to shout out.
That's it. Yeah, definitely come to stop by my Monday show. We do it on Zoom, and then that's like where I try all my new material that I've been writing every week, and we get a lot of great guest comedians. So definitely check me out there. Otherwise, follow me on Instagram is probably the best way to keep up. But thank you so much for having me. It is so good to see you, Marga.
Thank you, my dear friend. All right, till real life. I'm going to bring Patricia Miller back up here. Hey, Patricia. So, you're okay. Did you have a nice little break, Patricia? You know what's weird is that it seems like the other screens are freezing. Is that just? Is your daughter using the broadband again? I had the same problem with Irene. And I mean, it's maybe I'm the one who's freezing because I can hear me. So I could be frozen this whole time. Do you see me? Wave to me, Patricia. Okay.
Hey.
All right. Patricia has been doing a great service to Amplify. Just a pleasure to get to meet you. Also, before I hopefully can ask you this question is I also have a PayPal, and it's paypal.me/Marga Gomez. My Venmo is handle Marga-Gomez, and you got to remember the hyphens with these Venmos, otherwise the other Marga Gomez gets it. So, so I wanted to ask you a question, and then you've got it. You've got you're doing the heavy lifting here. Do you remember where you were when Shelter in Place happened? Like what? Oh, wait. No, wait. I remember where you were because we were at the same show.
No.
February 13th. No, March 13th. We were at the same show, the Mangoes show.
Oh yeah, we're seeing Marilette Martinez
and Wilma Bonet and all these amazing people at the Magic Theater, and we weren't even supposed to be out, right?
Yeah, no, yeah, because when the whole thing went down, I was actually I was at because I broke my leg, so I'm going to PT. So I was having PT, and the PT person was saying, "Oh yeah, I'll see you. Everything's cool. Go in and have your PT massage." By the time I came out, everyone was like, "Please leave the building. Please leave the building." And I'm like, "What?" I was getting in my wheelchair and I'm like, "What's going on?" They're like, we are sheltering in place. And I'm like, what the hell? So that was like 2 days before. And yeah, I did sneak out to see the magic. I had to go see the last show. Such a great show. What a beautiful piece of work. You know,
They ended a week early.
Yeah.
You know, so weird is I had an accident just before the shelter in place. I sprained my ankle on my way to Brava, where Amplify is supposed to be tonight. I sprained my ankle and I was on crutches for a few weeks. And when I went to see the Mango show at the Magic, I had a cane.
Yeah. You would have came out of a wheelchair. Well, listen, Marga, this is a great transition because we're going to go into physical theater land right now.
All right. Thank you. I'm going to pop in at the end and take it, Patricia.
Thank you so much. So our next piece, I just want to shout out that we've been live on air for almost 90 minutes now. Marga did an awesome job, and you're sort of stuck with me for another 20 minutes or so. But we have two more amazing performers. The next piece is Natalie Green, who's the artistic director from Mugwumpen. And as we all know, this is a beloved theater company in the Bay Area. And they do very experimental, radical work. And so, of course, you know, being Mugwumpen, they're going to do something live for you. And Natalie Green has been collaborating with Christine Cook, who's a fantastic costume designer. And I don't think Barbie was involved in this inspiration. I know Barbie's been getting a sort of big up all the way through this tonight, right? We've been hearing a lot about her. But we can decide what it might be that might have inspired her. And I'm going to pass it over to Tech and say, let's look at Mugwumpen. See you in a minute.
The lemon of pink, flowing velvet. Da, 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 da. The lemon of pink. All's well that ends well, 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 well. was always smoke as sunset. Was always smoke as sunset. Rasta, we went through hell. We went through hell. All's well that ends well, 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 well. Oh, as I feel the lemon of pink.
All right, guys, give it up. Give it up for some live, raw, in your face. So I see Christine Cook, the designer of the costume, is on there, and maybe Natalie's gonna like get a glass of water or something. She's gonna have a quick chat with us here. So Christine, I don't know, was Barbie any part of the inspiration for that, or
oh, like Barbie the doll?
Yeah, we've had a lot of Barbie big ups today, I gotta say.
Oh, isn't that funny? No, not specifically Barbie. I think the pink and the ruffles is definitely inspired by notions of femininity and girliness. So I see where you get that, where you draw that connection. Sure.
I'm just trying to make pathetic links amongst this diversity of work that we're looking at. So I'm just like, I'm new at this, guys.
Barbie, Patricia,
Hey, so there's Natalie. She's gonna unmute herself.
Hi.
That was stylish. You were taking being masked in a public space to absolutely new heights, weren't you?
I was so lucky that the guy came by walking his dog. That was my favorite part.
Yeah.
We had a little conversation.
So you guys have been working on this for a while, or is it totally new?
We've been working together for a while, and this was new work. Christine's been making many different kinds of costumes and incredible creatures, and I feel like Christine and I have an aesthetic sisterhood. So we always like each other's work and want to do stuff together. So this was going to be part of Amplify. It is a part of Amplify. It's happening right now. Yeah.
Yeah, because if you're just checking in, if you're just like jumping in, we started at 6, and this 3-hour section of Amplify is just the tip of the iceberg. And part of the 24 hours of programming was going to be through the night durational programming. And that in itself was also the tip of the iceberg of a 3-month festival, which is Amplify. And I actually want to pick up on that in a minute once we've finished chatting with you guys. But you usually work with a bigger team, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, Mugwumpen is a devised theater ensemble, and we work collaboratively. So we often involve both designers and performers in the creation of our works. And I would say this is an example of design forward Mugwumpen process, where it's like the design came first and the performance comes after. Yeah, and it's just a couple of us working on it right now, but we hope it expands.
So our next performer, B. Steadwell, is not only, she's like they're preparing themselves, but they're also very curious to know, what did the dog guy say to you?
He just mostly said, like, what are you? What's happening here? What are you doing? And
what
so
did you say?
I said, I'm performing, and then he looked around like, who are you performing for?
You know that he just got broadcast throughout the United States thanks to HowlRound.
I don't think he knows.
No.
I mean, maybe. I did have a neighbor who was recording on, I had a neighbor out here, and I wanted him to walk through, but then the dog guy beat him to it, so. Great.
Well, Natalie, you know, Mugwumpen, http blah, 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 online, mugwumpen.org. There, when you go there, you're going to find all the Twitter feeds. You're going to find the YouTube links, the Venmo, the donate, especially the http:/mugwumpen.org. Like with all of our performers tonight, we're not able to thank you enough for your work. And we hope that people out there, you know, put something in your hats. And thank you so much for coming on and being vulnerable and live. Like you and Susan Jane Harrison were like, I'm just going to do this live. And that's what we're all about. So thank you so much.
Thanks, Patricia. And thank you, Christine, for letting me play in the fabulous Pink Ruffles.
That was
also shout out to Michelle Talgaro, who was on the phone with me today saying, yeah, maybe put the camera like this. So it was very collaborative. And Christine especially, thank you so much.
Awesome. And I see so many of our other performers like Decoy Gallerina and Sheila DeVitt, who's part of the Amplify, not the Amplify, but the bigger festival team. I see you guys online. It's so awesome to see you. You're so fabulous. And I believe we're going to go straight to the video. Anyone want to jump in for the tech team? For B. Steadwell's Letter to My Ex. I believe we're going to do that. And then B and I are going to have a quick chat. Bye, Natalie. Bye, Christine. I just want to let the parents know that this next piece, which is about 8 to 10 minutes long, is absolutely amazing. And it's a great time for any youngsters that are out there in watching land to maybe go get a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, get into their gym jams for the dance party, which is going to follow. Because this is, let's say it's not PG-13. And we're really, really excited to have B. Steadwell to drop in. This is not a last minute addition to Amplify, but to this particular forum tonight. And we will have a quick chance to talk with B in a second. So if you're ready to go, let's watch Letter to My Ex.
Fuck you. I hope you enjoy frolicking in your fucking field of starry-eyed thoughts. I hate myself. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Drown my heart in whiskey ginger. Kiss a girl I met on Tinder. Tell myself I'm nothing but the one to blame. Her hair is wild and breeding knots. She's entertaining artsy thoughts. And I don't know why, but I love her just the same. Fuck my ex. Fuck these feelings. Fuck this heartbreak. Fuck love too. Fuck my ex. Everyone else does. Everyone else has. Why not you? I've committed many crimes and I've hurt her 1,000 times, but at the drop of every dime I paid for it. I worked for us, she turned and left and gave all her friends oral sex, and she tries her best to forget I stayed for it. Fuck my ex. Fuck my ex. Fuck these feelings. Fuck this heartbreak. Fuck love too. Fuck my ex. Fuck my ex. Everyone else does. Everyone else has. Why not you? The country is crumbling and the Nazis are marching, and nothing in this garbage town feels right to me. $100,000 debt. I haven't found a good job yet, and I can't get my soulmate to be nice to me. So fuck my ex. Fuck these feelings. Fuck this heartbreak. Fuck love too. Fuck my ex. Fuck her. Everyone else does. Everyone else has. Why not you? Post a picture you'll regret. See how many likes you get. Tell the worldwide internet you have it all. Tell your friends you're fine without her. Write a musical about her. Look down at your phone, she knows you still won't call. So fuck my ex, man, shut up. Fuck these feelings. Fuck love too. Fuck my ex. Everyone else does. Everyone else has. Why not you? Have you? Let's check it. Circle twerker. She's always in the middle of a circle twerker. She's always in the middle of a circle twerker. She's always a circle twerk in the middle of a circle twerk. She's always in the middle of a circ. She's always in the middle of a circ. Always in the middle of a circ. Bobby? Oh, yeah, B? Hey, yes. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. I'm nervous. Yeah? What's the worst that could happen? I could poop my pants. Okay. It's a weird thing to say, huh? Nah. Super normal. Oh, yeah? Okay. Super normal. I could murder you. What? The worst thing that could happen. That would be worse than poop, I think. Yes. Murder does top poop, for sure. Totally. Or you could be like my ex. That might be worse than murder. Oh, okay, it was a bad joke. She's great. She's not worse than murder. She's a good person. She's not good for me, but she's, you know. What's wrong? Is it time to go? I just wanted to see how long it'll take you to start talking about your ex. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I talk about poop and then I talk about my ex. Yeah, you're really good at this. I don't know how to flirt or be a person. Really, I don't know. You don't need to know how to flirt. You're gorgeous. Thank you. That's how you flirt. So, introvert or extrovert? Extrovert, yeah. What's your sign? Leo. You? Scorpio. Rising, moon, Virgo, Capricorn. What's your love language? Physical touch. Okay. Is this cool? Oh, yeah. What's yours? Words of affirmation. Chinese zodiac? Tiger. Nice. I'm a rabbit. Kids? No, I don't have any kids. Pets? Nah, no pets, nah. Moonlight. Love and basketball. Cream and honey. Black with sugar. Scrambled. Over easy with the yolk dripping down the toast. Slytherin. Ravenclaw. Missy. Sade. Come on now, come on. Verse. Top. What's up? Can I take you home? You did.
Dear ex, I met someone. She fucks me like she's starving. Like she'll die if she can't have me. It's intoxicating. maybe we won't fall in love. Maybe we're not soulmates, but it feels so good to be desired. It's been a long time.
Oh, wow. I just need to like cool myself off after watching that. Tech, you're so cruel to pull us out before she was finished. I really wanted to see the rest be said well. Oh my gosh, that was just awesome. So I'm sorry we didn't chat beforehand, but I think everybody's ready to hear from you now. Where was that awesome venue that you did that? Because it seems like your chorus behind you and also your audience was just eating it up. So where was that place?
It was we did that one at Mills, sort of in an abandoned theater over there.
Right.
Yeah, and we had a lot of family, a lot of queer POC folks in the audience. So yeah, it was a lot of fun.
And the person that was designing it, that was creating the sort of spectacle, was that someone you work with a lot, or?
No,
Be well. We can't hear you very well. We want to hear every single word.
Oh, sorry. Hold up. I forgot. The headphones.
Can you? Yes, thank you.
Yeah, the whole team was kind of new for me because I'm from DC, and I kind of came to the Bay and just got a team together, and we did it in a month, which was scary but fun.
And you cast a very beautiful, desirable partner there for your stage act. The chemistry was pretty strong. So
yes,
hopefully they'll stay with the show.
Right.
Are there any plans for this piece? I mean, do you think we can see it again somewhere? You touring it?
My plan was to fundraise for it this year and do a New York production and hopefully another Oakland production, but we'll see, I guess.
Well, let's start with that. I mean, if people are like, all of the acts tonight, all of the artists have been contributing their Patreons or their where can people find out more about you and contribute to you? Because I know people want to see this again.
Yeah, so my Patreon link is up there, but I'll just put my website. There's everything is there. There's clips to the musical there, and anything you need. There's a donate button, and there's a ton of music. So yeah.
Speaking of music, you're sort of killing it on YouTube. They got what, 15,000 subscribers to your YouTube channel?
Yeah, that's kind of where I started putting stuff out. So yeah.
That's really, really cool.
Yeah.
I'm so glad to have a chance to meet you, and I'm so glad you had the time to actually talk with us.
Okay.
And unfortunately, we're rolling through. You are our final. You're the cherry on our fabulous cake.
I'm honored.
To the next cake, which is something that's incredible. I just want to say thank you so much, and we'll see you in the flesh. So
can't wait.
Thank you, B.
Bye.
Woo, even your headshot. That's just, I got to get my big fan out again. I know that if Marga would be with me. And Marga, actually, this is a chance if you're still out there. We have wrapped up this section before we transition to the amazing Writer Boogie, which is a whole other hour and 15 minutes worth of work and a completely different combination of new writers and dance party.
What's that? What's that?
That's this Writer Boogie's happening now.
I finished my box of wine. What? Oh no, don't look at my robe. Stay out. Amplify. Okay, how about this?
That's very attractive.
Thank you.
You're good. You're good.
I'm gonna paint my ceiling tomorrow, Patricia. Come over. What is this vein on my head? Oh my God. My plans have all failed. Oh my God, that was so hot. That B. Steadwell and Mugwumpin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
You know what's great too is that if anybody missed anything, like maybe they were opening a box of wine, I'm trying to get better lighting here. It's not going to happen though. Is they can replay it on Facebook, maybe even HowlRound, and they can
That's
see
right.
it again.
Yeah, it's true. All of this section is archived on HowlRound. The next section, which is just as amazing and completely different, we're going to be leaving HowlRound. But right now, before we leave, I would love your help in bringing the rest of the team out. I know that there's a lot of people in the Amplify team that are just going to appear. They're going to pop up. Their faces are going to pop up, and we're going to be able to say thank you to them. I see Susan Shea there, who's got the incredible background of posters and postcards behind her. She is the producer of this entire festival. And I know Michaela Goldharber's on there as well. I can't see her because of my view. Michaela was the person who was checking out the North Carolina Women's Theater Festival and other things like the Statera Foundation, which is also a Women Positive Arts Foundation, that have inspired us, and they brought us all together. So where's the rest of our team? Let's see. Oh, Erin's there. All right, Erin Merritt's there. Everybody knows Erin. She's going to be taking charge of the next section. Ariella Wolf is an absolutely incredible member of this Amplify team and has really kept us glued together. Tina DeLea there. You are not showing us your gorgeous face. And there is Sherry Miller, who we're so happy to have with us. So this was a little small crew that actually put Amplify together, as well as the folks down at Brava. And in terms of our people today, we've got Erin Gilly and
Danny Bay.
And
Tanya Newmeyer are our techies.
Tanya Newmeyer, our three techies.
Tanya.
These techies are so good.
Yeah.
Danny, turn your video on, Danny. Yay!
Hey.
Danny was doing chat too, I believe, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And guys, the cool thing about Tanya is that they're actually a slam poet from Toronto. That Erin and Ariel we were on another thing, another women thing, and we stalled Tanya. We're like, we need you over here, even though you're in Toronto and you're a very talented slam poet. So next time we do this, hopefully we'll get Tanya's work as well, and we'll get Sherry. Before Sherry, before we jump off, Sherry, would you like to give a shout out for your interview series before we transition?
Hi. What a wonderful program. Congratulations to the entire Amplify team and to all of the artists. I am so excited to be together in person, to really witness this and take all of this art in. It's just been amazing tonight. You can catch our artist conversations. Our Amplify artist conversations are being posted 3 interviews per week. I think we have, Ariella, please correct me if I'm wrong. I think we have about 4 interviews up so far. And they are just really great conversations, ways to get to know the artist as we're getting to know their work, really finding out the root of it all and digging into where it can impact us going forward. So it's been really inspiring. I appreciate Susan and Erin for your commitment to our excellence and for allowing us to pay our artists, and any Amplify artist that is interested in doing these conversations, please contact us. We'd be happy to set up something for you. And yay, team!
Yay!
Sherry, I thought you were really in a restaurant. Good background.
It's my background.
I was hungry.
We've got 2 more people joining us too. So here's 2 more people. So on the right there is Fontana Butterfield, whose idea this was long ago when she started a little group called Yeah, I Said Feminist that ended up transforming, well, it still exists, but it gave birth to this festival. And with her, her amazing, amazing wife, Mary Guzman, who's a director and producer and is the tech person for the in-person event when you get
Power couple.
Power couple.
Hello. Everything was so wonderful, y'all. This
Oh
is
my
such a
God.
fantastic job tonight.
Brilliant job.
We're not done.
I know, but let's talk about it. The tech stuff is, you guys are doing a brilliant job. Congratulations. Congratulations. Really.
Well, guys, we're going to transition now to the Writer Boogie, but before we do, Michaela Goldhaber, would you want to tell us about Virtual Scribblers? What's the date? April the 27th? Anyway, all of the art you're looking at that you saw tonight is going to be on the Facebook page as a record. It's also on HowlRound as a record, but you know, you got to go to our website, because you're going to see everybody's name there, and you're also going to see all the other instigators.
April 23rd on Twitch.
April 23rd on Twitch for Lady Scribblers. There's an awesome
on the Twitch channel of the North Carolina
Women's Festival. Cool. There's so much to know, and I'm going to transition. I'm going to jump off, say thank you. And I'm going to say personal thank you to Marga. You just raised the bar. And over to you, Tech, for the last half of this amazing piece. Over to Writer's Boogie. See you later.
Okay, so somebody's talking in the background there saying there's so much to do. I don't know who that is. Hey, so I'm Erin Merritt, and we still have our other wonderful people on here. And Mickey is going to tell us a tiny bit about Lady Scribblers, and then I'm going to pick it up and take us into the next part. So yeah, tell us just what we need to know, just briefly, and we're gonna run into start dancing. We want to get people dancing. Take it away. Oh, bad echo. Sorry.
Okay, the Lady Scribblers. The Lady Scribblers.
Sorry, does somebody have? I'm sorry. Does somebody have two devices on? Because that would be causing.
It's the computer behind Mickey. It's Chris's computer.
Oh, Mickey, Chris has to turn off his computer.
Or just mute it.
All right.
That's it's showing that we have a 20-second delay and what we look like on YouTube and HowlRound, which is, you know, fabulous. Catch us there if you are not in the Zoom room, and tell your friends to look for us there, but mute it if you're here and speaking.
He's not here. It's
gone now. Go ahead.
I had it on Facebook too, I think. Okay, so The Lady Scribblers is a historical comedy about women playwrights who join forces with rebel actors to take on the tyrant of London theater. And it opened at the Custom Made Theater on March 8th. We were very lucky that we got to have an opening. Beautiful production directed by Tracy Ward. And now 6 of the actors from that production are joining with 3 actors from North Carolina from the Women's Theater Festival. And they are broadcasting us on Twitch on Thursday, April 23rd, 4:30 p.m. Pacific, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. And where can I put the their channel?
In the chat.
In the chat.
In the chat, yeah.
Okay, I know what must be going on, Aaron. I think like you've got all your playwrights
Yep.
in the stable. They got their blinkers on, they got their typey things on, and we're all getting ready to dance. Is that right?
Yep. In fact, I was looking down while Mickey was talking, and sorry for the rudeness, I was queuing. This is what we're doing tonight because we can't see each other. Normally we have walkie-talkies, we can see each other in the theater. Instead, what we're doing is we are texting each other and saying, are you ready to go? We're about to go. And then, oops, and not yet, right? So we are going to bring on 4 amazing local playwrights, Megan Cohen, Alejandra Rivas, Britt Fraser, and Amy Suzara. And they've created a play in the last 24 hours that I don't think they give a name to, so I'm not going to give a name for it. But this is the way that this is going to work. In a moment, we're going to have all of you, we're going to have everybody's screens go off, everybody's video go off. And we will start the play with just a short clip of music, just a 1-minute bit of music, just to kind of make the transition. So in this moment, get a drink or whatever you need to do, but be ready to party. Be ready to dance. This event is in person, a chance for everybody to dance together. I got my drink too. And we are really missing being able to be together in person and have touch, right? We're all missing touch. So if you have other people in your quarantine posse, go get them right now. Just say, come on now. Marga, you trying to talk? No, she's touching us. Oh yeah, sorry, I'm gonna touch you too. Oh, so I'm a little slow on the uptake because that's what happens during tech. What's supposed to be a week, but instead was a day, right? So we're trying to recreate that the best we can. This is a play with dance breaks. So what you're listening for is the title of a song. It will be the last line of each scene, will be a title of a song. Maybe you know the song, maybe you don't know the song, but listen for it. And as soon as that title is announced, the music will go up, your videos will go on, your sound will not go on, your videos will go on. And we want to see everybody dancing because nobody wants to see 25 bubbles here of people going. So please get up with us and dance. Take a moment, look around your room, see where you need to be, see where you can have enough room. When we were practicing this earlier, I stepped in my salad. Don't do that. It was sad. Did you do the same thing? Oh, she's saying bye. Okay. So for best viewing, you're going to want to watch this in gallery view if you're on Zoom. So for those of you who don't know, if anybody here is new to Zoom, you want to go up to the top right of your screen, and you're going to see something that either says speaker view or gallery view. If it says speaker view, then you are in gallery view and you need to do nothing. If it says gallery view, click on it and that will take you to gallery view, which will let you see the most number of bubbles at the same time, or screens at the same time. You won't just see the person who's talking. And for this play, that's going to be the best. And certainly for the video, for the dancing, that'll be the best. So I feel like there was something else I was supposed to tell you all, and I've completely forgotten what it is. Please be good citizens. Do not dance naked. Not right here, not right now. Don't do that. We're gonna have kids dancing with us. Please be kind. This is a time when we need to be especially kind and good to each other. And a lot of us are stir crazy and we really need to dance, okay? So when it comes to music, don't just like sit there and sort of bop in your seat. Get up and thrash and get all that stuff out, all right? Okay, everybody, video's off for now. And we're gonna bring the, Tanya, you ready to go with music? I'm hoping. Was there anything else I needed to say? I think that's it. Oh, I do. There's one other thing. And that is, we're